Hello, this is Russ and Kitty Walden with Father's Heart Ministry, and this is the breakthrough word for October 2018. The Father says today, invest in your own liberty. This month is the month for you to commit resources and time to sequester yourself to the realm of my spirit, says the Father, as never before. Come out. I call you to be a come-outer. Come out of the contaminated environment of what man is saying and get your life immersed and invested in the high places where change becomes a reality. Identify, says God, the breaches and borders of disappointment where the enemy has entered into your life and set up camp. Evict the enemy. Evict the adversary of your soul from your boundaries by your positive trust and faith in the reality of my word to work on your behalf. All the words of doubt, fear, and unbelief, those are being broken off of you right now by my word and in my name. You are now, I loose you now from the grave clothes of past experience. I set you free, says the Father, to walk in a new season by my Spirit. Are you ready for change? Are you ready for a new path to tread? I put your feet on a new path, says God. Are you willing to act differently, do differently, and speak differently than you have in times past? Things are the way they are because of what you're doing. If you want something different, you must do something different. You must, I say again, you must speak something different. You must detach yourself from the doings, from the habits and unbelief, and adapt yourself to living life after the order that I have established. For I have given you measure, I have given you measure, and I've given you dominion. I've given you authority, says the Father. I've given you jurisdiction. Why would you lay down in a battle zone? Why would you allow the enemy? Never lay down in a battle zone. Never allow the enemy to cast dispersions and criticisms upon what I'm doing in your life and what I've promised you. Turn a deaf ear to what the circumstance is saying, what the situation is implying, what people are saying, and listen intently. Listen intently with a new determination to what I have said and what I am saying, says God. Then you'll begin to see what your eyes have failed to see, you will see, of a new day, a new season, a new time in your life. Now, there are those who can't go with you. Make up your mind that not everybody's going to be as excited about the things I'm doing in your life as you are. As Abraham had to separate from Lot before the promise came, even so, you must know that those earthly, fleshly connections, they must go by the wayside. You must relinquish the familiar and embrace the glory of my plan, the glory of my purpose in your life. I've told you and I've told you and I've told you. It is time to grow up in this area, says God. It is time to break off of yourself the chains of limitation imposed by the broken patterns of yesterday's choices. Stand up. Stand up in my promise. Shake yourself from the lethargy of past disappointments. Stand up in my promise and step out in expectation. Step out in expectation of this seed fruit harvest in your life. For I am with you. Put my words in your mouth and put obedience in your steps and put obedience in the works of your hands. Stop waiting for some religious magician's sleight of hand to make things different without your involvement. I don't work like that. As I told Moses, what is that in your hand? Your miracle, says God, is in your feet. Your miracle is in your hand, and I say to you, your miracle is in your mouth. The seed, says the Father, the seed of that outcome that you've longed for and prayed through is at hand. The path of progress is in your feet. The word of going forward into your promised land is in your mouth. Shake yourself and act, says God, and you will see Act, and you will see in this month, in this season, all that you've cried out for begin to come into view to become a reality in your life. It's time, says God. It's time for you to no longer to be defined by what others think and begin to be defined by the militance of your faith. I call you to a militant faith, says God, for it's a militant thing that I'm doing. I've given you measure. I brought you into the metron, the measure of my Spirit. No longer comparing yourself by others and what they have accomplished. No more pressing your nose against the glass of someone else's experience in God. I'm going to give you that which is your own, and this is that season, not just because you've heard the word, but because you've heard it, you've internalized it, you caused that word to be walked out on your feet, to be worked out in your hands, and declared out of your mouth, says God. Now, I want you to go to propheticnow.com and sow into this word. Listen, every word mixed with faith, every word mixed with faith immediately begins to come to the place of manifesting the substance as you sow into your financial blessing, sow into the companionship. You've been longing for companionship. You've been saying, God, where's my man? Where's that woman that you promised me? Sow into that companionship you're believing God to bring to you. It's not a far off promise. Sow into that healing that you've been standing for yourself and for your loved one. Believe and expect. Sow into that career move. You've been in that dead-end job long enough. You know it's time for a change. Sow into that career move. When something leaves your hand to God, something leaves his hand to you. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a time of seed, fruit, harvest. Let your sowing be your seed. Don't sow small seed. Small seeds produce small process. Small process produces small breakthrough. Sow largely. Sow in the beneficence of your faith. Your offering is your point of contact with the promise of God to see it come to pass. Listen, there is marrow in this word to cause you to stand up and inherit your inheritance. There is substance in this word to turn your life around and to move things in the direction of God's fullness and God's promise. So, act now. Act now. Go to propheticnow.com, click on the donation link, and sow your seed. It's the most powerful thing you can do at this moment to step out in belief and expectation of the bright new future of God's destiny for your life becoming more than just a promise, but a reality. Now, if you need prophetic ministry over your life, you can also go to propheticnow.com and request a prophetic word on the website. If you want one-on-one prophetic counseling with a validated prophetic voice, you can schedule at propheticnow.com. You can schedule a call. If you need to speak to a pastor, there's a link where you can make that happen. Maybe you've had a dream or a series of dreams or a repeated dream, and you just know God's speaking to you. At propheticnow.com, you can request dream interpretation. What's that all about? We are here to be the prophets in your life. That website again is propheticnow.com. God bless you. Go out in this month and cause this word that's been sown into your life manifest reality.